Hello everyone and welcome to the quick recap of the Norway chess round 4. Let's take a look at the results, standings and pairings and also the best game of this round. First up, let's take a look at the results. In the open section, Fabi and Caruana lost to Magnus Carlsen. Magnus Carlsen won in the standard game, taking away 3 points with the black pieces. Then Hikaru Nakamura also managed to beat Pragg in the classical game with the white pieces and takes home 3 points. And Firouzja also got the classical win against Ding Liren and got 3 points. So in the open section, they were all decisive games in the classical portion. Now let's take a look at the women's section. In the women's section, Vaishali Ramesh Babu managed to beat Pia Kramling with the black pieces in the standard game, taking home 3 points. Then Konero Hampi lost to Anna Muzichuk. Anna Muzichuk taking the win in the classical portion, taking away 3 points and jumping up in the standings. And in the game between Li Tianjie and Zhu Wenjun, this went into the Armageddon after the classical game was drawn, and Zhu Wenjun came out on top, winning the Armageddon game, taking home 1.5 point, while Li Tianjie had to settle for 1 point. The interesting game of this round was between Hikaru Nakamura and Pragg, but you can check the detailed version on Hikaru's channel. Right now, I will show you the other interesting game that was between Fabi and Caruana and Magnus Carlsen. So here is the game. The game was an Italian, and white opted for this closed gioco pianissimo. They played all standard theory, and black played this move, which was out of the book move. And here the game starts. Both players start maneuvering their pieces in order to create some weaknesses. And here Fabiano gets his knight out on g4. Magnus doesn't want to trade, he goes back. Both players fight for the center. Carlsen closes the center, Caruana takes his knight back, and here there's a slight repetition, but Magnus doesn't want to repeat. He goes for rook to a8, taking the open file. Caruana goes for b3, tries to open the center, and here he gets his knight out, and there's a sudden trade of pawns, and it looks all complicated that black's pieces are in white's territory, but it's all fine, it's still an equal position. And here Caruana looking to trade Magnus's queen. I think Caruana wants a draw here, but Magnus is still fighting. He maneuvers his pieces a little more and finds this amazing move, rook takes d2. If white takes this rook with the queen, then there's knight f1, and after rook takes you get the queen, and if you take with the rook, there's still knight f1 and you win the rook. So that's why white has to find this crucial move, queen takes g3, and even after he finds this, Carlsen calculates that he forks the king and the pawn, and in the endgame he'll be a pawn up, and we all know Magnus's skills of grinding the endgame. Even though this is equal, he's trying to win this game. So he maneuvers his pieces and he fixes these 2 pawns here, and now his pawns are in a position to move. So he tries to trade the queens, and here he makes his king a superman by getting it from here all the way through here, and he sacrifices this pawn in the bargain, and he goes to promote his pawn. It's still equal, but Caruana makes this crucial error of king h2 in time pressure. He thinks that black will checkmate him, so he plays king h2 in a hurry, but the correct move was queen to a2, giving a check, and after black pushes, somehow you survive this position. It's totally not easy, but somehow you're giving checks and you're surviving this position. So that's how Caruana could have drawn, but after king h2, black just played e2, and Caruana resigned. Because let's say you just play queen to a2, blocking this pawn, you don't have checks in this position, so you have to play queen a2. Then black just has a mate in few moves here. So that's how Magnus Carlsen won. And now let's take a look at the standings. In the open section after round 4, Hikaru Nakamura is the leader, having 7 points. Firouzja is in second position with 6.5 points. Carlsen is in third with 6 points. Pragg lost today, so he is fourth with 5.5 points. Fabi and Caruana also lost, so he's 5th with 5 points, and Ding Liren is 6th with 2.5 points. In the women's section, Vaishali Ramesh Babu is leading the tournament with 8.5 points, then is Zhu Wenjun and Anna Muzichuk with 6 points, then is Li Tianjie with 5 points, and then there's Pia Kramling and Konero Hampi with 3 points. Here are the pairings for round 5. Magnus Carlsen will face Firouzja, Ding Liren will play Hikaru Nakamura, Pragg will face Fabi and Caruana. In the women's section, Vaishali will play against Li Tianjie, Zhu Wenjun will face Konero Hampi, and Anna Muzichuk will play against Pia Kramling. Who do you think will come out on top in the standings? As you know that if you win the classical game, you directly get 3 points and jump in the standings, so anything can happen. Stay tuned for the results of round 5. I'll keep you updated. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button so that you get notified about the next update. I'll see you soon in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.